The revamp changed Greenville forever. Now, as the name hints, the revamp completely revamped the game when it came to buildings, vehicles, and the overall feel and look of the game. The Greenville revamp was easily the biggest update we ever saw on this game, and I believe it will be for much longer. Oh my gosh, man, it feels so weird being back in Greenville v3 again. Man, it's such a throwback to when I used to play this. Like, all the GUIs look different and everything, and oh my, the dealership is so much tinier. And I mean, this is what I mean, guys. Like, the revamp truly did change Greenville. Like, look how small this parking lot is. I mean, this is probably big enough for the amount of people that actually play the game, but honestly, like, it's just so different. And the dealership honestly hasn't changed too much. I don't even think it actually has changed, except from the overall GUI, of course. And also, some of the vehicles aren't in the revamp, such as the Aventador, which I will definitely miss this car, because this was my old car that I used to have back in V3. And I'll probably never get it back again, which kind of sucks. So I've already got myself a car here that we're just going to be driving around in. I feel like car spawning in the old Greenville was kind of messed up a little bit. Now, first thing I'm noticing a lot is that the speedometer is actually way different than the current one that we have. And also that for the indicators there is actually no sound, which is kind of weird. I am also noticing that this car is very low textured. Like, these rims aren't even 3D, they're just a flat image. I can see like white lines up here, which, you know, the car's just overall looking more low quality. Same as the road. The road looks just completely blacked out. Also, the houses that are over here aren't actually in the revamp, and also the designs are completely different now. Also, in the Greenville revamp, none of the shops in the game are named after real places anymore, because in Greenville v3 this was actually McDonald's, and I mean, they did call it McDolans, but it still has the same logo, and they still had Subway and stuff like that. But in the revamp, none of the places in the game are named after their real counterparts. So this is around the area where Best Buy and stuff would be in the revamp, but as you can see in v3, it was literally just fields. That just shows how much work was actually put into the revamp, because this is like, I don't even actually really remember the game being like this, even though I started playing 2 years ago, except it's just hard to believe that we were once playing like this and it was just completely normal to us. And here's the old racetrack. So this was replaced with the airport in the revamp. I will miss this a lot. I mean, you know, it's just like so nostalgic, dude. Like, oh my god. Now here's something that I actually do like better in Greenville v3 than I do in the revamp, and this is the GUI. I absolutely loved the GUI in Greenville v3. I mean, it just looks so modern and clean compared to the new GUI, which in my opinion just doesn't look very good. It just looks kind of rushed, and even in my opinion, the project version of the GUI for Greenville v4 looks better than the current one, which is unfortunate to say, but that's just my opinion. So yeah. So as I am driving down the highway here, the highway just looks overall more depressing in a way. Like, there's not as much stuff everywhere, and surprisingly people actually still play this game, which is kind of weird. Honestly, maybe people are either coming back here for a throwback, I'd say, or they're just coming here because they like the old version better, which I can totally understand. But yeah, now I definitely miss these 4 houses right here. These houses are so nostalgic, and I remember when I used to RP in them, and now they're not here anymore, unfortunately. Neither are these houses at the back here, I'm pretty sure. Wolf River Bank looks a little bit different as well. The roofing looks a little bit different, and the interior also looks a little bit different in Greenville v3 as well. The farms still look basically the exact same, except I think they did add a little bit more in Greenville v4. And this part of the highway looks basically the same as well, except I don't think these houses are here anymore either, and 6 houses are still here, so yeah. And I actually don't remember that admin house being there, if I'm going to be honest. I actually don't remember that being there, but yeah. Right, so I'm going to go and try and find the house that I usually use now in the revamp. So it's just up here, and I know it's not going to be here because they did totally remodel the houses and where they are and stuff in the revamp. But oh my, it looks so much different up here, dude. I mean, look at this, man. So my house in the revamp is actually more like up here. There's an extended road out here, but Greenville V3 there isn't one. And I mean, this is the school right here. It's basically identical to the one in the revamp, except the one in the revamp actually got put down there. And yeah, I do actually like the old school though better that they used to use. I honestly just think it looked a lot better than the new school, and yeah. So yeah, all these houses just look kind of weird in my opinion. So I'm gonna start heading to the police station and subway right now just to check those places out and see what's different about those. I don't think really much is different, but yeah, like this game has changed so much in little ways, of course, but like, man, I feel like the WSP station is a little bit more smaller. There's also no town hall back there either. This daycare was moved, I'm pretty sure, after the revamp because nobody really liked how small it was, I think. And instead it was replaced with a tech building, I think. Oh my, in the revamp there's like streets here, and it's so weird just not seeing those here. Now since this is the final release of Greenville V3, all the places were actually named to fictional places, as I've just realized now. But before this, all the places were still called like Subway and stuff like that. The twist here is also quite a bit different from what I can see right here. So if I actually just park my car up here, because I actually kind of want to see the twist, because in my opinion the twist probably evolved the most. And wow, this just looks plain. It looks so plain in here. There is literally nothing back here. Compared to the new version, which has like a desk back there and stuff. It's just so nostalgic coming back to this era of Greenville. And honestly, I'll miss this era because, you know, this is basically where I started. I mean, the game did look quite a lot more different when I started, but this is more to like what I remember, I guess. Like, wow. And Joe's used to be back here as well. If you guys don't know, in the revamp, Joe's was actually put near the airport because that's where it is in real life. But yeah, man, there's no car wash there. There's just houses, and it was overall, there was just not a lot of things to do in the old version of Greenville. I mean, of course you could still roleplay and it was still fun to play, but there was nowhere near as much things to do as in the revamp. So now that I've shown you guys what Greenville V3 looks like a month later, I want to know from you guys what version of Greenville you think is better, Greenville V3 or Greenville V4. Personally, I think that Greenville V4 is better in most ways, just because of how much the game innovated in a single update, but I want to know what you guys think. So anyways, thank you for watching the video, and goodbye.